Welcome everyone to another episode of The Getaway Zone.
Hello everyone. In this episode we leave our free camp at Kyabra Creek and remain in the outback of southwest Queensland as we travel to another two great free camping locations. The first is Cooper Creek, located just south of Windora. Whilst at this camp we enjoy the beautiful scenery, including a visit to the stunning red sandhills at the north of Windora as we're leaving. From there, we travel to the Thompson River at Junda to enjoy another beautiful and peaceful free camp on the river. We hope you enjoy this episode.
Ciao.
Standing underneath the rows of trees, I can see where the ocean meets the sky. Under our clothes, a fire grows. We are ready for this life of running wild.
We're now on our way to Windora, which wasn't on our original plans. We were supposed to be leaving Kyabra Creek and heading to Budgerigar Station. But when we were at Eromanga, the publican there said, oh, I wouldn't go there. They've had a bit of rain and it's a bit too wet. So we've changed and we're heading to Windora. Coincidentally, we were supposed to be going to Windora 2 years ago and we couldn't because it got rained out. So now we're going to Windora because elsewhere got rained out. So
I'm also a bit suspicious of these clouds because they're looking a little nimbusified to me.
they are looking a little, well, after my weather prediction at Charlotte Plains, I won't say, nah, it's not going to rain.
Yeah, well, my weather prediction. And we've seen, or we've noticed a few of those cars that are...
Yeah, like the old cars they had in the Red X rallies. I forget what, old type cars are all done up going past. So there's obviously some sort of rally on. We'll see if we can find out or get a few pictures as they go past. Well, it's the first time I've actually come across this. But this is an emergency airstrip, this area, obviously for, I'm assuming, the Royal Flying Doctors. Hence why they have such large centre lines. We arrived at Windora to pick up some supplies and a quick look around the town before heading back to our campsite on the Cooper Creek. There is drinking water available at the southern entrance to Windora, and as we stopped to fill up we saw more of the Variety Bash vehicles driving past. They were quite colourful and it would have been interesting to stay in town for a few more hours to see them all coming in. However, we headed back about 12 kilometres to find a campsite on Cooper Creek. We've pulled up at Cooper Creek for our next campsite, just outside of Windora, about 12k outside of Windora. There's quite a long road along the banks of the Cooper Creek, so there's plenty of spots. We have come down a fair way, probably about 300 or 400 metres or so. My only concern will be those clouds, and we're a long way in on what's probably not the best driving dirt to be on. A few flies here. However, having said that, there is a gravel road about 100 metres from us which takes you back way to the road, and I think that road will be pretty solid, so we don't have to travel about 100 metres on this clay to get to the road, so hopefully we'll be okay. But it looks like a nice spot.
You said I never could change. I thought I never could change. They said I never could change. Damn right, I never would. Leave the light on. Leave the light on. Just leave the light on. Yeah, leave the light on. If I'll ever change, been dreaming of Nashville, Tennessee, while the cold here in Sweden got the best of me. Well, haven't I got better things to think about than that? Like deadlines, rent's due, bills pile up, family day in, day out.
So we've pulled into the point of interest, which is about a kilometre past the campsite at Cooper's Creek. And the point of interest is these flood markers. This is the furthest one up, 1974, and they go back from there all the way back down to the creek. So the most recent one we could find was 2000. No, you have a higher bid, 2004. Deb's marking 2010. We have found our winner.
That you know it. Is that a zone?
No.
Is that our zone?
Is it ours? Is someone stealing our zone we've left alone on the creek bench? Anyway, we're about halfway down and the winner is 222. I've just pulled in to get fuel in the old Western Star Hotel. The old Western Star Hotel across the road, looking busy. Maybe there's cold beer there. 53. So we're $2.53 today. What's to be expected in the outback?
$2.53. Oh my god. During our visit to Windora, we had the opportunity to explore the local information centre, where a highlight was seeing the historic miners' hut. This well-preserved structure offered a fascinating glimpse into the early days of mining in the region, showcasing the simple yet resilient lifestyle of the miners. The hut, with its authentic furnishings, provided a vivid sense of the past and illustrated the challenging conditions faced by those who worked in the area.
The old thunderbox. I'm really hoping those supplies are fake. 65 cents a litre. Went to the wrong place. It was $2.53. In fact, they don't even have a slot for $99.9
Our visit to Windora included a scenic native bush drive. This bush drive took us through a picturesque landscape of native bushland, showcasing the unique flora and fauna of the region. Along the route, we enjoyed stunning views of the rugged terrain and diverse plant life, with informative signs offering insights into the local ecosystem. Well, it's about time. The drive was a wonderful way to immerse ourselves in the natural beauty of the outback and appreciate the resilience of the Australian bush.
When you leave your van for the day at a remote area, it's always such a relief to come back and see it's still there. We put a hitch lock on, but really, you know, we lock it up, put a hitch lock on, but that's about all you can do, really. And we finished our little campsite here on Coopers Creek, just outside Windora. Yeah, it's been a lovely stay here. We've had a bit of a look around, a few things to see, the nature drive and the little museum, etc. Windora is a lovely place, lovely stop, I should say. And the campsites along the river are good campsites, flat and nice outlook over the river. It definitely is black soil clay along here, so I wouldn't come in here if there's a forecast of rain, you might get stuck. But otherwise, it's definitely a good place to come.
Our visit to the red sand dunes in Windora was a striking experience. The vibrant, sweeping dunes create a dramatic contrast against the clear blue sky, showcasing the natural beauty of the outback.
So we've come here to have a look at the Iredell Sandhills. Got to go through the gate, and the horses look like they're ready to leave. So got to keep them in while we drive through. Hello, horsey.
The rich, red sands shaped by the wind form undulating patterns that are both visually stunning and quintessentially Australian. Walking among the dunes, we marvel at the vast, open landscape and the serene, almost otherworldly atmosphere. It was a memorable highlight that perfectly encapsulated the rugged charm of the outback. That was a lovely little visit. We just went to the Iredell Sandhills. Just had the heart rate shoot up there.
Climbing up. I'm sure it's nowhere near as big red at Birdsville. I've never seen that one though, but it's still a lovely red hill.
The sand is so soft.
Oh, it is. It's silky.
And cool, so you can dig. Well, you didn't. You had your shoes on.
Yeah.
But you can dig your feet in the sand and it's just so cool and soft. Beautiful.
It was beautiful up there. If you're out the Windora way, Junda way, etc., do put Owdale Sandhill on your list to go to.
Yeah.
It's only about 15k, if that, outside of Windora on the way to Birdsville. And it's all sealed road until you get to just a bit to go off, and we've towed our caravan in here, so it's no worries getting in. Definitely put it on your list to go and see. We're on our way to Junda now. It is all single lane out here, which means dropping a tyre into the road whenever we have a caravan coming the other way, or a truck coming the other way, which we have a van coming the other way now. Caravan coming through.
The road to Junda was a sealed single lane, making for a straightforward yet attentive drive, but we had to stay vigilant for cattle frequently wandering onto the road. The rural setting meant encountering livestock was common, and keeping an eye out ensured a safe trip through the picturesque outback landscape.
We've just pulled into the Junda Roadhouse for supplies. It's pretty good actually. Fuel was $2.27 a litre, which is not too bad for out this way. And we picked up some veggies, there's frozen meats and things like that there. And then Deb's inside picking up, making a big sandwich for us. So to be aware of if you're driving a Nissan Patrol and going to Windora. Short aboard cruiser.
Upon arriving at the Thomson River in Junda, we were greeted by a scenic and tranquil setting. For the best camping experience, we found that turning right over the bridge led us to the prime camping sites. These spots offered excellent views of the river and provided a perfect backdrop for relaxing and enjoying the natural beauty of the area. The serene atmosphere and picturesque surroundings made it an ideal location to set up camp and unwind.
Well, I had to drop everything and get the camera for the Spinifex pigeon, which I got some nice shots of. These ones are obviously very tame. He's just right here. So the only downside to the Junda Roadhouse, which actually was pretty good, is that they don't have prices on any of their produce there. So you find out when you get to the counter. $9 what? $9 something for a pumpkin. That scared us a little bit. We're set up here on the Thomson River, just outside of Junda, and really happy with the spot we have here. There are a number of spots along this side of the river which open up onto overlooking the river itself. Most of them have a fairly high bank, but if you wanted to fish or put the red claw pots down, you'd have no trouble getting down there to do that. So where we are, it is a bit steeper on the banks, but there are some places where it's a shallow entry into the river, and there's one camper up a bit further where he's got one of those spots and has his kayaks out and has no trouble getting the kayaks into the river, and they're quite enjoying themselves down there on the riverfront.
Camping at Thomson River was a memorable experience, highlighted by the breathtaking outback sunsets. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the sky was painted with vibrant hues, casting a warm glow over the tranquil river and surrounding landscape. The combination of the stunning sunsets and the peaceful river setting made our camp at Thomson River truly unforgettable.
They're a beautiful bird, without a doubt.
The grey thrush cuckoo. No, the grey thrush shrike.
You got it right. It is beautiful, isn't it?
Do you know what I love? Is the reflection on that water when it's glass.
Yeah.
Where are you now? I hope you're fine.
Driving around Junda was a delightful exploration of the region's charm.
I still miss you so much.
The Riverside Drive was a particular highlight and offered scenic views along the banks of the Thompson River. This route showcased the serene beauty of the outback and was a wonderful way to appreciate the natural surroundings and the peaceful rural atmosphere that defines Junda.
On our favorite place when spring is coming.
The striking red gums beside our campsite added a special touch to the landscape. Their vibrant reddish bark stood out beautifully against the surrounding outback scenery, creating a picturesque and tranquil atmosphere.
We're just doing the 2 nights here at Junda because this campsite does have Telstra service. It's a chance for me to catch up on a bit of work that I need to do. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, I do have to spend some time on the computer at least once or twice a week doing a little bit of work and need these types of spots. So tomorrow we head off. We're not 100% sure at this point. Probably head off towards the National Park or Yarraka, the Yarraka Hotel. We have a visitor entering the campsite. No, he's decided to move around. Not one, but a couple moving in. The cattle have moved in on us.
No! Do you want to be put on the barbecue? You do? Okay.
Hello.
Give us a slab.
Oh, look at those big brown eyes. How could you barbecue him?
Very easily. They're eating dry, dead grass.
Yeah,
They're scratching themselves out.
just don't go rubbing yourself against the van. That's all I ask.
Go on, shoot, shoot, shoot. Shoot.
See you later. Bye. You too.
Chopping wood for our campfire became an essential and enjoyable ritual. Most afternoons we would venture into the rugged landscape to gather and cut logs, ensuring our campfire would blaze brightly through the night. As the day drew to a close, the campfire provided warmth and a comforting glow against the cooling outback air.
So the sun's going down and I just spotted my first ringneck parrot for this trip. So I did manage to get a photo of him before he flew off. Thought I could hear another one calling, so I just checked to see if he got a partner there. But at least I got one photo. Hopefully it's not too bad. It's not good light, obviously, with the sun going down.
We sat and enjoyed the crackling fire and the peaceful ambience as the sun set. The serene surroundings, combined with the warmth of the fire and the fading light, created a perfect end to our day. allowing us to unwind and soak in the tranquility of the outback night.
It's nice with no wind, isn't it?
My mama said, all the nights that end in heartbreak gonna pay off someday. And the pain that you're feeling gradually fades away. 'Cause growing up, falling in love, giving your all might not be enough. Just trust your head and your heart, that's what my mama said.
The following morning, we rose early to witness the sun rise over the outback. A beautiful and tranquil start to the day.
Walking through the snow when you're taking my hand. All of those late nights on your couch when we just talked until midnight. I just wish I could freeze this moment, babe. Weeks and months and years they passed, and I knew it wouldn't last. When tears streamed down my face, my mama said, all the nights that end.
As we prepared to leave our campsite, the crisp morning air and the golden hues of dawn provided a serene backdrop.
Fades away, 'cause growing up, falling in love, giving your all might not be enough. Just trust your head and your heart, that's what my mama said. Weeks and months and years they passed, but then I found something I
My husband's just issuing orders left, right, and centre. Do this, do that.
just like my mama
Seriously. Okay, checking lights. Yes. Yes.
fades away. All the nights that end in heartbreak gonna pay off someday. And the pain that you're feeling gradually fades away. 'Cause growing up.
We're filling water tanks before we leave Junda. It could be about 4 or 5 days before we hit the next water, which will be Blackall. Still not 100% sure where we're going. We're thinking of going to Budgerigar Station, but they're not answering their phone, so if we can't get through to them on the way there, we'll probably continue on past it and go to the Uraka Hotel. The filling station here is at the actual local toilets, which I always feel a bit iffy about, but the sign specifically says drinking water on the tap. And there are actually hot showers in there as well, which are free for the public to use. So that's a really nice facility if you don't have much water on board, or you don't have a good hot shower in your van. You can have free hot showers here at the toilets just on the edge of Junda. So well done, Junda. So after leaving Junda, we ended up at Yarraka. We weren't able to get through to Budgerigar Station, so Yarraka is our destination.
So Yarraka was a real treat. It was a top little spot. We had the Yang Yang ranges all around us. There was beautiful Mount Slocum, I think it was called. Yeah, Mount Slocum. 360-degree views at the top of Mount Slocum. Such a beautiful spot to see the sunset and the sunrise.
Yeah, it wasn't a planned stop, and we were really glad we went there. It was fantastic. Anyway, that's next week's episode, so you got to wait till next week to see that one. That actually brings this episode to an end. We hope you've enjoyed this episode.
Ciao!
Bye.